Okay, so you know that feeling, right? Like, you catch your reflection, and suddenly there's this whole internal conversation happening.
Mm-hmm. And maybe not always the kindest one.
Exactly. So today, we're really diving deep into self-esteem and body image. Stuff that feels, well, particularly intense during the teenage years.
It really does.
So if you've ever felt that, that pressure to look a certain way or just kind of wish you felt better about yourself, then yeah, this deep dive is definitely for you.
And maybe just to start, it's good to be on the same page with terms.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about self-esteem, what we mean is that like overall feeling of your own worth, your confidence in yourself, your abilities.
Your basic value.
Exactly. And body image, that's a bit more specific. It's about how you actually see your physical self and crucially how you believe others see you.
Okay.
And both are super personal, obviously.
Yeah.
But they're also massively shaped by, well, the world around us.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just think about scrolling social media for like 5 minutes. It feels almost built to make you compare yourself.
You know?
And then you've got TV, movies, even just those little comments people make, maybe friends or family. Sometimes they don't mean anything by it, but wow, they can stick.
They really can. And those teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason it feels amplified then.
Yeah, what is that? What's the pressure cooker element there?
Well, it's a time of just immense change, isn't it? Physically, emotionally, you're figuring out who you are while your body's doing all sorts of new things. That alone can feel pretty destabilizing.
Makes sense.
And then you layer on this constant flood of online content, the filters, the trends that push this really narrow idea of what's good.
Yeah, the influencers with the seemingly perfect lives and bodies.
Exactly. It's like this perfect storm for self-doubt to just bubble up.
Yeah.
Quite something, the sheer volume of these images young people see now.
And it's not just a vague feeling, is it? I saw this statistic and it really struck me. Something like 7 out of 10 teenagers say they feel pressure to look a certain way.
Wow. 7 out of 10.
Yeah. That's huge. Okay, so clearly this is a really common thing. Let's shift gears. Let's talk about what we can actually do. The good stuff. How can we feel a bit better in our own skin?
Right. Let's get practical. I think one really fundamental shift is to consciously try and focus your attention. Focus on what your body does, not just what it looks like.
Yeah, I like that. So instead of just seeing, I don't know, your legs and critiquing them, like, hey, these legs let me run around, play that sport I love, walk my dog, or your hands maybe, not just how they look, but like, these hands let me draw or play guitar or build things.
Precisely. It's appreciating the function, the capability, the amazing things your body actually enables you to experience and create. It reframes the whole relationship.
From judgment to gratitude, kind of.
Exactly. From judgment to gratitude.
Yeah.
And building on that, especially now, you really got your social media diet.
Okay, yeah. The digital world. What about it?
Well, think of your feed like your room maybe.
Yeah.
You decide who comes in. If some accounts just consistently make you feel kind of blah or less than, it is absolutely okay. Actually, it's important to just hit unfollow. You got to protect your headspace.
Right, like a little digital detox for the comparison stuff.
Yeah. And it's not just about removing the negative. You can actively seek out the good stuff too.
So follow accounts that show different kinds of bodies or people being more real.
Definitely. Accounts promoting positivity, diversity, realness. It's interesting how intentionally shaping what you consume online can genuinely start to shift your perspective over time. It takes effort, but it works.
It really can. Okay, another huge piece, I think, is dealing with those negative thoughts. That inner critic voice we all seem to have.
Oh yeah, the inner critic. Learning to challenge that voice is, well, it's key. There's a pretty simple technique you can try.
Okay.
When you catch yourself thinking something harsh like, ugh, I look terrible today, or I completely failed at that, I'm so stupid, just pause.
Just stop for a sec.
Yeah, and ask yourself, really honestly, would I ever say this to my best friend or anyone I cared about?
Ah, that's clever. Because, wow, no, you wouldn't. We are so much harder on ourselves, aren't we?
Absolutely. We say things to ourselves we'd never dream of saying out loud to someone else. So it's about trying to offer yourself that same basic kindness, that same understanding.
Treating yourself like you'd treat a friend makes total sense.
It's fundamental, really. Now, slightly different angle, but related. Self-care.
Ah, such a buzzword.
Yeah, it gets thrown around a lot. Images of bubble baths and stuff.
Right. And those things can be nice, sure. But real self-care, foundational stuff, that's about actively looking after your well-being.
Okay, so getting enough sleep, That feels huge.
Definitely. Getting enough sleep, eating foods that actually nourish you and make your body feel good, feel energized.
And moving your body, right. But maybe not in a punishing way. Exactly. Finding physical activity you actually enjoy. Something that feels like celebrating what your body can do. Maybe releasing stress, having fun. Not like a punishment for eating something bad.
That distinction feels really important, the why behind the movement.
It changes everything.
Yeah.
Moving because it feels good is worlds away from moving out of obligation or self-criticism.
Yeah.
And another really powerful practice tied to that inner critic is just paying attention to your self-talk.
Okay. How you speak to yourself inside your head.
Yeah. And this one, look, it might feel a bit awkward or silly at first, but try making a real effort, maybe each morning, to just say, or even just think, a few positive things about yourself.
Like affirmations, but simple ones.
Yeah, super simple. I am learning, I am kind, I handled that situation well yesterday, whatever feels true, or even just partially true.
Okay. Might feel forced initially, though.
It might. But the thing is consistency, like exercise for your brain almost. Those repeated positive messages can genuinely start to sort of rewire that internal dialogue over time, boost how you see yourself.
Okay, I can see that. Consistency is key.
And one last big thing on this, especially with the online world. Always remember how curated it all is.
Oh, man. Yes. The highlight reel effect. That amazing, perfect selfie someone posted.
Yeah.
You just know it was probably attempt number 47 with perfect lighting, maybe a filter, maybe some sneaky editing.
Exactly. It's almost never just a casual, unfiltered snapshot of reality. It's a performance, a carefully constructed image.
Right.
And just knowing that, internalizing that, can help create some healthy distance.
Yeah.
It helps you remember that what you see online is often, a very polished, very selective version of things.
That's the whole story.
Not even close. And if we kind of zoom out from the day-to-day tactics for a second, the most important thing, maybe the core message here, is that your value as a person, it has absolutely nothing to do with how you look.
Say that again. That's crucial. Your worth isn't tied to your weight or your skin or your hair or the clothes you happen to be wearing.
Not at all. Yeah. You are so much more than your physical shell. Think about it. You're like this whole complex universe.
Right? The universe. I like that.
Yeah. Filled with dreams and your unique sense of humor, your kindness, your creativity, your strength when things get tough. That's the stuff that makes you who you are.
You totally nailed it. There is literally nobody else on this entire planet who is exactly like you. Your specific mix of thoughts, talents, quirks, your way of seeing things. And that right there, that uniqueness, that's your power. That's what makes you amazing.
Absolutely. And to help you kind of put some of this into action, like right now, we have a little challenge for you.
Yes. Okay, here's your quick action challenge. Sometime today, maybe right after this, grab a piece of paper or open a notes app and write down 5 things. 5 things you genuinely like or appreciate about yourself. But here's the rule. None of them can be about how you look.
Okay, so digging deeper than appearance.
Exactly. Think about your qualities. Are you funny?
Yeah.
Are you a loyal friend? Are you super creative? Maybe you're really passionate about animals or music or coding. Are you resilient? Kind?
Gotcha. Focusing on the inner stuff.
Yeah.
Character traits, skills, passions.
Yeah. The goal here is just to consciously shift your focus for a minute. To notice and appreciate those intrinsic parts of you, the things that really make you you. Right. It's a step, towards building that confidence from the inside out.
That's a great exercise. And hey, if you feel up to it, maybe share 1 or 2 of those things, or just the general idea with a friend, someone who might be going through similar struggles.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sometimes just talking about this stuff, knowing you're not alone, makes a huge difference.
It really can.
Well, thank you so much for diving deep with us on this. It's such an important conversation.
Absolutely. Thanks for exploring it.
All right, everyone, until next time, stay real, stay kind, and stay you.